The graduation picture from Cathedral Prep in 1972. That's when I was just beginning to start to drink.
Joseph Calise is a Catholic priest.
Some really wonderful, rich experiences.
He's also a recovering alcoholic.
But they could have been so much richer, and I could have brought so much more to them.
Monsignor Calise hasn't had a drink in 30 years, but he still remembers the pain, the wasted days, and the broken promises.
I set certain standards. I will never drink before a certain time of the day. And when I did, I just changed the time of the day. I'll stop drinking if this ever happens. If I ever drive when I know I'm under the influence. Thanks be to God, I never hurt anybody, but I did drive under the influence.
And he's not the only one. According to the St. John Vianney Center, 10% of all clergy suffer from addiction, a statistic Monsignor Calise has now devoted his life to changing.
And you'll notice that there are drinks on the table. There's a lot of shame, there's a lot of guilt, and I really needed to get into an atmosphere where I could overcome that.
He's now helping coordinate Transition House, a unique model designed for something rarely talked about.
This house provides a warm and welcoming atmosphere for any priest in need of time for healing.
We're equipped to house 4 men at once.
Transition House is run out of St. Stanislaus Kostk's rectory and serves as a built-in halfway house for clergy in the Brooklyn Diocese who have completed inpatient treatment. But it's not just for priests who suffer with addiction.
Not only after being released from treatment, but they can come here for a time of respite, a time of reflection.
Since the program began 3 years ago, 14 priests have come through Transition House. Half of them had been treated for some type of addiction.
We're giving an opportunity for turning into the family.
Monsignor Calise and Bishop Geppetto aren't alone in this undertaking. They partner with Monsignor Edward Doran, who's a clinical psychologist and licensed counselor.
My responsibility in the Transition House is to be available to facilitate a climate of healing.
This is in the lobby at Guest House.
A full rectory can prove to be a supportive community. But with the slowing number of vocations, more and more priests returning from treatment are alone, making it harder to conquer sobriety.
If they go back to their rectories, very often priests today are alone. And it's very easy then to get caught up in the busyness of the priesthood.
Monsignor Doran says part of the irony of being a priest is that the busier you are, the easier it is to be swallowed into a life of loneliness.
The busyness that's part of priesthood is both a blessing and a curse.
They can have Mass here.
The hope is the community Transition House offers will replace addiction in their lives, just like it did for Monsignor Calise.
They need that chance to find that time and place, to feel compassion, but also to establish the self-respect that says, I deserve the compassion that I've received.
The goal of the program is simple, to let priests suffering in the shadows know there's help, and more importantly, there is a future.
Oh, that's the day I was named Monsignor.
In Maspeth, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.